Right now I'm doing 32 miles an hour. Now you guys may have watched my original review on the HiBoy Titan Pro dual motor high powered scooter. This thing is so much fun. I was surprised at how much I actually really enjoyed riding this. One of the downfalls that I did find is my local trails, they don't allow these scooters on there. It's kind of a shame because it was a ton of fun to ride. So I'm gonna have to stick to my backyard trail and then also any other type of trail that I can find locally that will allow me to ride these. But for now, I want to do the ultimate range test. I've had this scooter for a few months now and I've really enjoyed it, and I feel like it could go some really good distance. Now I've got a brutal route that will push this 17 plus amp hour battery dual motor setup to its limit. There's gonna be lots of hills the entire way, and I'm gonna see how many miles I can actually get and how much elevation gain I actually get for the total ride. Now I am gonna leave this in dual motor mode, and I am gonna put it on the highest setting, which is PAS 3. So I should be hitting maximum speed the entire time. So let's go ahead and let's see what this HiBoy Titan Pro can actually do and give you my long-term thoughts on what I think of owning a scooter. All right, let's go ahead and let's do this distance test and see exactly how far this HiBoy scooter can actually go with the dual motors running full speed on a really hilly route. Let's go. All right, we are off. Like I said, this is gonna be a really hilly route, so it's gonna be really interesting to see how fast or how far this thing can go. Right now I'm doing 32 miles an hour, just cruising. This first section is all downhill for 1 mile, and I will be climbing this section back up because this is a 3-ish mile out and back. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna do climbing up this hill for 1 solid mile. I'm also curious to see how well the actual motors do. Can they handle the heat? Because it's a lot of pressure to be spinning for as hard as they possibly can for the entire life cycle of the battery. All right, we're at 1 mile in, and this thing is still cruising. We're getting ready to get to our first hill. This first hill is gonna be about a 9% grade. So pretty steep hill, all in all. We'll see how these motors actually handle pushing me up the hill. Here we go. Let's watch the speed. Went from 32, we're down to 28, 27, 27. I held it pretty good. I didn't expect it to keep it at 32 because that's pretty much the max speed that this thing will go. I do have to say it is super nice having suspension in this thing because hitting these cracks on these farm roads are definitely bumpy, but this thing absorbs it pretty well. All right, we're getting up here to our turnaround, and with full throttle we're showing half battery. I bet you we're only down 1 bar, if that. All right, oh, we are not down any bars. We still have full bars. We're right at 3 miles. I do love how a dual motor setup just pulls going up hills. One of the things that I really want to get or build myself is a dual motor e-bike, just because of how well this pulls. I would like a dual motor with a dual or triple battery, just to see how much speed and how much distance you can get out of a high-powered e-bike. Just hit 6 miles. The battery is showing 1 bar, and but that's with the throttle down. Showing 3 bars. Let's go ahead and try for a second lap. Getting ready to start the hilly part on the out portion of the ride, and we're right at 7.5 miles. 1 battery bar showing currently with the throttle down, and it's still maintaining really good speed. 28 to 31 miles an hour relatively easily. Can definitely tell as we're getting into the 8 mile mark that it is losing a little bit of speed, probably about 2 to 3 miles an hour compared to what it was the first lap going out this direction. And based off the battery bars, I don't know that I'm going to attempt a 3rd lap. We may just try to go over into a close neighborhood near my house. That way I can walk back if I need to. just hit 9 miles. And we're still pulling 28 miles an hour, so this thing's doing really good. But you can tell it's getting to the point where it's like, come on now, you're killing me. All right, we are at half a battery with no throttle on. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can make it up to 12, which will get us all the way back up to the very top of the hill. Oh, no bars on the battery. Oh, there it came back. Whenever it's pulling really hard up the hill, it'll drop that down. So getting up that last mile may toast the battery. It may be completely drained by the time we get to the very top. I'm just hoping it makes it. Just turned over 10 miles, showing no bars to 1 bar off and on the battery indicator while the throttle is fully down. Got a hill here. You can definitely feel the power dropping, but I am maintaining 26 miles an hour, so we're still going strong. It's just very, very low at this point. And that's 12 miles right there. This is the last big hill climb. I am not gonna attempt to go on that loop again with the battery being this low. We are 1 bar. We've got 1 bar. We're gonna go do a loop over here and just see if we can make it around the loop. We're right at 13 miles now. We're at 13 and a half, and it's showing 1 battery bar when I let go of the throttle, so I'm gonna go ahead and push my luck and see if we can get another little loop in that I just did. Still showing 1 battery bar. We just hit 14 miles. Ooh, we were trying to get up this hill, losing a little power. 22 miles an hour. This thing is definitely done. 14.6 miles. I am definitely not gonna push my luck. We're gonna head back. 15 miles total, 1 battery bar left, but I'm definitely not gonna push my luck. 37 minutes of constant riding on really hilly terrain. Let's go inside and let's talk about it. So there you go, the HiBoy Titan Pro wound up getting 15 total miles over 37 minutes, and it gained 817 feet. This was a big test for this particular scooter, and I don't think most people are gonna actually be pushing this scooter that hard with that many hills. So all in all, what do I think of this scooter after owning it for several months? I gotta say, I really do enjoy it. Now granted, I do wish that the battery was a little bit bigger so I could take it all the way to work and all the way back home, but in reality, that's not gonna happen. However, with how compact scooters are, you can easily fit this in any size car, take it with you a few miles from your destination, and use this to get you that last little push. I definitely think the dual motors are a huge benefit, especially if you live in a hilly area. And if you have the benefit of a trail system that will allow you to ride a scooter like this on them, I definitely recommend it for that. This thing is a ton of fun off-road. Now, if there was one suggestion that I would have for HiBoy to improve on this, is to get some wider handlebars. I think that would make all the difference in the world. Some people say that they wish they were a little bit taller. However, this is the first electric scooter that I've ever ridden, so I can't really speak to that. Maybe a little bit taller, but definitely a little bit wider would be very beneficial. But all in all, I absolutely love this scooter, and I hope to get the opportunity to test more scooters in the near future. But if you guys want to pick up one of these HiBoy Titan Pros, use my links below. That helps out my channel at no additional cost to you, and I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, thanks for watching the second video on the HiBoy Titan Pro, and we'll see you guys in the next one.